Our look at the Pegasus World Cup contenders continues with Senor Buscador as we march towards the January 27th $3 million Pegasus World Cup. Alongside Eddie Olczyk, I'm Jeremy Plunk. Edzo, Senor Buscador is in this race because he's a good middle distance runner. A mile and an eighth for the Pegasus. It's not the classic. It's not the sprint. It's in that middle trip. And that seems to be where he does his best running.
Yeah, it does, and I think for trainer Todd Fincher, a little bit of moisture in the racetrack would certainly get my attention, and I
Mhm.
think that this horse moves up quite a bit on an off track. I mean, look at what he did cutting back in the Cigar Mile, running second to Hoist the Gold. So I think the faster they go, the better opportunity that they'd be able to make that big move and just hope
Mhm.
that the race collapses. But I think that this horse would move up on my tickets if it isn't off track. So I think you have to be. I think that's the one thing as a handicappers and a gambler, Jeremy, as we both are, is that you got to be loose and quick on your feet
Mhm.
because if a track comes up a certain way, a horse moves up on it, or you think the horse moves up on it, well, then you know what, you got to use that horse in some higher levels. But
Right.
you're going to need the pace to stop. He's going to need a meltdown. But I do have a question mark. On a fast track, I think he's just going to have too much work to do, and it is very difficult at Gulfstream Park to be. If I'm just looking at it in pace wise, I mean, he might be like he was in the Breeders' Cup Classic, where at one point he's 15 lengths out of it, and
Yeah.
really the only horse that really closed and made a lot of movement was the horse that I liked in that race, and unfortunately wasn't able to be finished first or second, and that was Proxy, who came flying in the middle of the track. So, rain, fast pace, Senior Buscador will certainly be on my tickets, but if it's a fast track, I think he's got a lot of work to do.
He's been well traveled, based in New Mexico, but he's never there. He's been at Gulfstream Park all winter and training towards this one. We'll see if he's got another road victory in him. He won at Del Mar last summer. Senor Buscador, one of the late runners to consider in this year's Pegasus World Cup.